Imagine you tried to pull a prodigal son routine. You know, you go to your parents and you say, "Mom, Dad, I was wondering if I could cash in on your will a little bit early, before you die." Well, listen, even if your parents would go for that, the attorneys, they would nip it in the bud. That is not happening. Why? Because our laws say that without a death, there cannot be an inheritance. Without a death, there cannot be a will or a covenant, a last will and testament that is cashed in on. Did you know the Bible says the same thing? Yeah, in the book of Hebrews, it says that a covenant does not go into force. A testament does not go into force. A will does not go into force unless there's been a death. And of course, the writer of Hebrews is referring to the death of Jesus. And what it all means is that the new covenant, the New Testament, the new will, the new way, it doesn't begin with baby Jesus in a manger. No, it begins with Jesus Christ hanging on a cross. The cross is the dividing line of human history. The death of Jesus is what ushered in God's brand new way of grace. Now, this makes all the more sense as we look at some of the harsh, even impossible teachings of Jesus. Yeah, before the cross, you look at some of the things that Jesus said, and you just say, wow, that is a perfect and impossible standard. That's going to leave a mark. There's no way I can do it. And that's the whole point. Cut off your hand, pluck out your eye, be perfect, and hey, you, sell everything. Behold, the perfect and impossible standard of God's law. It's Moses 2.0, and the whole point is we could never keep it. So that now on this side of the cross, the dividing line of human history, that law has been fulfilled, and we are welcomed into the new covenant way of God's grace. Do you realize the cross is the dividing line, that the death of Jesus changed everything? It's not the birth of Jesus, but the death of Christ that brought in God's new way. And as we realize this, we make a 33-year shift in our mentality and begin to look at God differently, begin to look at ourselves differently, even begin to look at the Bible differently, looking through a new covenant lens on this side of the cross. So welcome to the new covenant of God's grace, ushered in by the cross, by the death of Christ. The death of Jesus changed everything.